Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Hidden Horror. Welcome. So today I want to bring you some information, a little update on the Deobra Redden case. This is the case of the man that was on video attacking a judge in Las Vegas. The update is he's saying that at the time he was on medication and he was delusional. So he's basically pleading insanity. So let me remind you a little bit, if you don't remember, of what happened in this case. It was all over the news. It went viral, this attack on Judge Mary Holthus. Okay, they have us watching a short.
Her first real art, her biggest love, her best day, with so many more to come.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court. Hey! Whoa! Hey! Oh, you're good. Stop. Don't do this. Hey, where's Mary Kate?
Okay. From that angle, you really can't see how extraordinary the attack was. He was standing with his attorney. His attorney was by his side. He went around his attorney to his left, but a little bit behind him, there was an officer. He quickly ran, leaped over the judge's, I don't know what you would call it. It's not a bench. Where she sits, he leaped over it and attacked her. It took a lot of people to physically restrain him. She had like a law clerk to her immediate left. He was involved in trying to restrain Mr. Redden. The court officers were trying to restrain him. There's like three or four people just to get him off of her. Well, Mr. Redden is now saying he's not guilty. He was delusional. He didn't understand, I guess, what was happening in the proceedings, and he didn't take his medication. So he's pleading not guilty by reason of insanity. Let's go over the article, right? The article is on www.independent.co.uk, is dated March the 1st, 2024, is titled Las Vegas Man Who Attacked Judge in Wild Video Claims He Was Delusional at Time. Deobra Redden is accused of the attempted murder of Judge Mary Holthus in January. A man who was caught on camera jumping over a judge's dais that's what they call it, a dais, okay, in Las Vegas before attacking her has pleaded not guilty to attempted murder, claiming he was delusional at the time. Video of Deobra Redden, 30, carrying out the attack during a sentencing hearing on the 3rd of January went viral. He was seen grabbing Clark County District Court Judge Mary Holthus by the hair and tackling her to the floor as she was set to sentence him in another battery case, as well as the attempted murder charge. Mr. Redding is now also accused of battery on a protected person, extortion, and intimidating a police officer. At a hearing on Thursday, he denied the charges against him by reason of insanity through his attorney. Just like everybody else in looking at the video, I thought Mr. Redding was either out of his mind or on drugs at the time of this incident. Mr. Redding's attorney, Carl Arnold, told the court, adding that the defendant had been without his medication during the January hearing. Now, I'm going to pause it here. When I was watching the video, the full length video, he was in agreement with going to jail. He told the judge, he expressed to the judge, if you feel that I need to go to jail, then you should do that. She was telling him that, we tried other programs, we tried these other deterrents, that would not send you to jail. It didn't work. So now we have to try something different on you. We have to give you a measure of something harsher because it's not working. You're not correcting this behavior and you continually coming before the court. So no, now it's time for you to go to jail. And before she could even speak the sentence out, it was like something in his brain, it just snapped. I mean, it happened so fast. I would say it happened in a matter of about three to 4 seconds. It was that fast. He was standing there, his attorney was to his left, and before you knew it, he was already ran and leaped over to attack her. I almost feel like it was like a moment of insanity in a way. He didn't want to go to jail. What have I told you guys in all these videos? These alleged criminals do not want to go to jail. They don't want to go back if they have a prior record. Okay, so let's continue the article. Bottom line, at trial, we will be able to prove that because of his mental defects, that he suffered under a delusional state, and the delusional state caused him not to be aware of the nature and circumstances of his actions. Now, the weird thing about that statement is he stood there, he spoke so well, and he was telling the judge, hey, yes, I may need something harsher. You have to do what you have to do. And he didn't mean any of it. Sometimes people say things that they don't mean because they try to manipulate you to make you believe, hey, they changed. But in reality, he hasn't changed at all. He was there for sentencing on a battery charge, and then he committed an assault against the judge. So, hey, I guess he's doing whatever he can to try not to go back to prison or jail. But anyway, let's continue. Mr. Redding is also accused of spitting at a correctional officer after being taken into custody on the 3rd of January. That's why when he returned to court, they had that net over his face, I guess, so he couldn't do that to another officer. Okay. A week after the attack, Mr. Redding appeared again before Judge K, who sentenced him over the previous battery charge. Mr. Redding is due back in court for trial the 29th of April, okay? So I just wanted to bring you that update that Mr. Redding is saying, hey, I'm not guilty. I was off my medication. I was delusional at the time. I didn't know what was going on. And I'm not guilty of those actions. the hard part is you have to look at what led up to the attack. When people don't get what they want, when they feel like they're going to have to do something that they don't want to do, they get angry. They don't want to go to jail. They don't want to go back to jail. They don't want to suffer. They don't want to have to do 2, 3, 4 years in prison. So he was angry. And I think that's why he did it. He didn't even want to hear the sentence. So he acted out in anger. But I mean, I'm not surprised that he's saying that he was insane, you know. But he was speaking very eloquent and clearly at that hearing before the attack. Only when she said, no, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. We've given you chances. We tried programs. We put you in this diversion program. We tried that. It didn't work. We don't have any more time for you. We're not looking at any more programs because they were saying, oh, well, he's trying to go and back to school and all that. She didn't want to hear it. Hey, go back to school when you're in prison. Get some skills and educate yourself in prison, but you're going to prison. He didn't want to hear it. And that's how the attack happened that fast. So you can never underestimate anyone. You always have to be prepared, ready, alert, especially at a sentencing, because you don't know how that defendant is going to respond. He really should have had handcuffs on, but typically when you're out and you're not in custody, they're not going to have you handcuffed. But maybe they should handcuff everybody at a sentencing because you don't know how a person's going to respond. And in this case, unfortunately, the judge did not have enough staff there to protect her. She was viciously attacked. Thankfully, she was not hurt. She was able to return back to her court and continue working. So that is the good part of it all. So we wish Judge Mary Kay Holthus the best. Okay. Thanks for checking out this video. Thank you for always spending this time with me. Remember, stay smart, stay safe, stay savvy. Be well, all my friends. Bye, everybody.